Hi Gemini, it's Michelle from the Guided Intuitive. How are you? So I am here to do a read, and this will be for December 16th through the 31st, 2018, okay? And this will be for all Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus. If you're not sure what those other signs are, you know the drill. Check the description box below. If you are new, there is a link there that you can click that and then plug in your data. If you're not sure of your exact time of birth, plug in 12 noon, and that you can plug in the rest of your data and it'll pop out your whole astrological chart, okay? And then that way you'll understand where you're at and how you can check out those other signs and see how they resonate for you. I will note my general read below, but this is going to be a read specifically for you and the other person. Now, that other person could be a family member, it could be a significant other, it could be a spouse, it could be a person of interest. So just keep that in mind. It's someone that you feel emotionally tied to and are drawn to and that type of thing. And have love for. So that's what this is talking about, okay? So do keep that in mind. If you are interested in a personal read, go to theguidedintuitive.com. If there's space on my calendar, that means I'm available, and go ahead and book that. So then you're good. I'm limited over the holidays, but you can check out my calendar when you go onto our website, theguidedintuitive.com, and schedule a session, okay? So there you have it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and note your comments below. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you know how active I am in that. So definitely very, very active in that. If you're interested in a group of souls that are on the same journey, please go to our Facebook page, The Guided Intuitive, and click the button, Visit Group, and then you'll slide right on in. It is a closed group, so it'll ask a few questions, so just note that. And then do check out our shop, our new store that's in the description box below. There's a link there. Check it out. I do appreciate that. So let's get going. Let's see what is in store for you, Gemini, for December 16th through the 31st, 2018. I'm going to pull some cards on you and then pull some on the other person and see what we got here. Okay, Gemini. So you've got the Queen of Wands. Okay. So this is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be Sun, Moon, or Rising. And this is the type of energy. And that's what we're really talking about, folks. We're talking about energy, right? So this is about you focusing on you either have someone in your life like this, or you're taking on that energy. But this is about, this is about passion. This is about creativity. This is also about ideas, and just all of that, and a lot of good energy. There's also spiritual realm too. It's got the little cat there, and in touch with nature, in touch with animals. But this could either be your energy yourself right now that you're taking on, or this other person who might have that Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So keep that in mind. So someone that is really solid, very spiritual, but also very passionate in what they do, and they're just full of creativity, okay? So that could be you or the other person that you're dealing with. But let's continue and see what more we have on you. Oh, man. Gosh, this is crazy. So we get the Eight of Swords. So, excuse me, the Eight of Wands, okay? The Eight of Wands. And what this tells me is that whatever you have been working on in terms of a relationship or trying to get something off the ground, Gemini, is now going to reap rewards. So perhaps you had been trying really hard to get something off the ground, whether it's a relationship, a connection of some sort, or going to that next level. This is saying that what has been obstacles before are now you're going to see fruits of your labor if you put in the effort again. And this is saying is that that communication might be coming in, or you might be putting work into a relationship, and this is going to pay off twofolds. Okay, so every time that it was a stall is now going to move and go, and much faster than you had anticipated. So this is really great. I love to see this. So that's what it's saying there for you. And of course, again, the wands, the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type energy. So if Sun, Moon, or Rising, you might have someone with that type of energy around you, or you're taking that on. But this is interesting in terms of a relationship here, okay? Ooh, in the past, you got the Three of Swords. So there could have been a heartbreak in a situation. So a heartbreak if you actually, maybe had gone through some sort of divorce, for instance, or perhaps if there was you were seeing a couple people, and and it broke your heart to get rid of one, kind of that type of thing. But that's what this is saying, is that there has been some sort of real heartbreak in you, and that goes for taking a time out. Okay, so there's no qualms about that. It's saying that you were heartbroken in a certain situation. Okay, and I'm so sorry, Gemini. And that's what this is saying. Now, it could very much well be too, is that you broke someone else's heart. So do note that, okay? So you either were a heartbreaker or you got your heart broken, okay? And that's what this is talking about. And it's not a fun situation. When you come to swords, that could have been an Aquarius, Libra, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Yeah. So that could have been yourself again, been heartbroken, or a fellow sign carrying that type of energy. Keep in mind, it's the energy that you really want to focus on more than anything, and not just the sign. That will help you. Now, since that you become the King of Wands, again, you might be taking on this energy, and that is just being in charge of your kingdom, focusing on success, focusing on material gain, focusing on, really the passion on whatever it is you've got passion towards. So this could be a relationship, it could be other things, but it's about using your creativity and ideas, and what can I do to overcome this heartbreak, or how can I help approach this other person because I broke their heart, that type of thing. So you might be going through that at this particular moment, but is saying, it's great ideas, using your creativity, really it's focused on grounding yourself. But it is nice. So interesting. So we'll have to see that. Interesting. I'm gonna pull one more card on this to see what else that comes up here. Ooh, you got a new opportunity. So, after heartbreak, you've got a new opportunity, and this is the Ace of Pentacles, okay? And this is nice to see, because this is an opportunity that the universe is sending forth your way. So there is an opportunity of love, something that you very much value, that it's on its way, that you're either offering it to someone else, Gemini, or that person is offering that to you. So note your comments below. But that's quite interesting. So just know that after this heartbreak of some sort, note your comments below, guys, if you've gone through that or if you have experienced that with a Gemini. But in any case, that you have this new opportunity that is actually moving forward. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, what about this other person? This other person has been is focusing on their cups. They're focusing on, this is the Six of Cups. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces type energy, but it's reminiscing about the past. It could be having to do with better times, that type of thing. So this person is real consumed with the past. This is just saying that, hoping that this person would like that opportunity. Maybe you were involved, Gemini, with someone in the past that you grew up together, that type of thing. And now it's kind of come to an end, but you're remembering the good times. And this person is remembering the good times of the past. The only thing that they have to figure out is not to live in the past, but to move forward in the future, because it's in the here and now, okay? And that's what creates the future in terms of the love life. If you look at the past, on how things were, you're missing what's really going on right now, that you could create a better future moving forward. So this other person, has the Lover's card. Okay, so this could be you, or it could be with someone else. But there's an angelic blessing of the Lover's card here for this particular person. And again, you just let me know if this resonates with you. But this other person could have perhaps had another lover, or another lover came into play during this time, or they're currently seeing another lover, and that's what actually broke your heart. But it has to do that some sort of connection in terms of the lovers for them, that they were looking on a past situation with a lover, and that could have gotten away with your current relationship with them. Okay, so that could be the case. And they're saying that with them, as lovers, that it perhaps was a struggle. Perhaps you two together was a struggle, or perhaps it had been a struggle. And there was a lot of competition on both sides. So perhaps that could have been the case. This other person had a lot of competition, a lot of suitors, and that type of thing. And then you felt heartbroken, or that, or they did, or they felt that it was a lot of a struggle. The next card we get for this person is a Nine of Pentacles. Now they're doing really well on their own. It's beautiful. They have this connection with nature. They have worked really hard to get what it is that they want. They've got this intuitiveness about them. They like nice things as well. But they've worked really, really hard to get where it is that they want. They're just really taking a moment to take a breath and to be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor at this time. So as it pertains to love, they're stepping back and probably focusing on their situation at hand and trying to enjoy the love that they have in their life right now. So this is interesting. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, so this is quite interesting, Gemini. Wow, let's take a look at this last one. There is a spirituality aspect to this person too. The High Priestess is the card that we get on here. So going within and feeling really beautiful with that, and really just looking and finding what their truth is for themselves, I think is really key for themselves, and really determining what they want in love and how they want to move forward. But they know that it definitely starts, this person, he or she does focus on what is important for its overall good and the overall betterment, and finding out what he or she really truly wants, and in love as it pertains to that. But there's a spiritual aspect to love that's going to be very, very important to them as well. So I think that's something to really much, to really keep in mind. And in the past, what you have found out is that they probably walked away. They walked away. They knew it was good to walk away when they needed to. And, that could have brought some sort of heartbreak to you or whatever. But there is I pulled an extra card here because I get the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is knowing when to walk away, when it's not good for them anymore, when they know that they deserve better, or they know that it's not in their best interest to stay in a current scenario in a love relationship. This person walked away. There was things that were hidden, and this person knew those things, even though maybe perhaps they weren't said, kind of that type of thing, but they knew something was hidden. They knew it just didn't feel right, and they knew that they had to go to obtain what it is they really want in love and get that emotional fulfillment. So note your comments below, Gemini, if this resonated some way, somehow. And I'm going to pull some cards on what it is that you want to say to this person and what this other person wants to say to you. So let's start with you first. I'm going to shuffle these and see what comes up. Okay, let's cut the deck and here we go. Okay, so what we get here is, okay. So what you want to say to them, Gemini, is when you go on and on like that, I feel invisible to you. Aww. So that's what this is saying, okay? And sometimes we don't realize the impact that we have on others, I think sometimes. It's not that you're shaming them for any particular thought or perspective they might have, but you're just simply asking them to notice all the space that they're taking up, and then how little is left for you. Okay, and that's what seems to come up. So when you go on and on like that, I feel invisible to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose the other card on what it is that this other person wants to say to you. Let me shuffle these. Make sure I get it in. Okay, that's got the card. Okay, so what this other person wants to say to you is, when you're so intense, it's hard to take in what might be valid about what you are saying, okay? Interesting. Very, very interesting, okay? So, very, very interesting. Intensity, by the way, comes from many forms. And not all of them are obviously, combative, right? But there is some sort of unnecessary intensity that tends to create just what we're dreading, not just, not being heard. Okay. So it really just calls upon us to, express ourselves here. But basically, again, when you are so intense, it's hard to take in what might be valid about what you are saying. How interesting. Now I'm going to pull some cards to kind of breach this gap. Let me know in the comments, guys, if this resonates with you. I'd like to kind of know on your situation, okay? So what advice in terms of both of you, and what's going to be important that you both incorporate in this process of this type of union here, okay? change. So there's going to be a change, okay? Well, that's good, okay? Change is always good sometimes because it's all about reinventing yourself and starting over and starting fresh and anew and learning from things and moving forward with that knowledge. It's really wonderful. But this talks about change. So it could be a change in the relationship itself, which could very much be a very good thing. All right. And either way, there is a change. Now, what does come into play is parenting. Okay, so this is basically saying is that perhaps children played a role in this part, or perhaps you're learning to parent your own self. Okay, or that type of thing. But it is a 9 card, so it's like an ending with a new beginning, and with that, of course, does bring change. And this actually brings about a spiritual partnership. So it's more than just love for you guys. It's also about spiritual partnership. Okay, so it's more than love for both of you. It could be just that spiritual partnership of coming together as well in union. And this is really, really great. It goes much deeper even on a different even level. So I think that's quite beautiful. And any final information? Domestic harmony. So this is a new beginning. This brings it to a 10. This is nice to see, guys. Very, very beautiful, Gemini. So this just means that you'll have domestic harmony, and it is a 46 card, which reduces to a 1. And again, like I just said, just prior to this, a new beginning, a real new beginning. So what a great time of the year at the end of the month to kind of come into this and to be able to move forward with that change and that new beginning. So now that could be within yourself, or it could be together. You're going to know how that is for you. So note your comments below, and I look forward, Gemini, to seeing you in the new year. And until then, namaste.